What up, traders? It's Wall Master Tay up in this mud. Welcome to day number 22 of Project Night Lords. And wasn't really motivated to paint today, and I guess it's because I've been painting of this little guy, who longtime fans will recognize as Igor, my live-in manservant. So stay tuned for part 2 of this coming out soon, and trying out the different washes on his on some other models to, you know, test them out, the new washes anyway. So stay tuned for that. But on to Project Night Lords. After painting the Rhino, and I started getting into the Salt Squad, or the second Raptor Squad, but the ones with the Loyalist jump packs. But I couldn't work up the motivation, so I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to try and follow Dan the Daemons on Bolter and Chainsword forums. His idea for doing the Obliterator cult, his counts as Obliterator cult, is just so awesome. You guys have to check it out. It's 2 Space Marines on a Terminator base, just like the Obliterators, and one of them is armed with a heavy weapon, and as much of the Obliterator weapons teams have, and the other guy is kind of like a spotter, a long-range spotter, and armed with a power fist. And their deep strike counts as rule is that they're using some nefarious, like, camouflage or hidey holes that they can jump out of and attack the enemy. So I thought, okay, what can I do to kind of symbolize that? So I went digging through all my bitses boxes, and I came up with the following model. And I'm gonna have to be creative about how I'm gonna do future models, because I raided all the heavy weapons bins and don't know, you know, I also used the Corn Berserker's legs for this guy. So let me tell you what my plan is for the fluff for this. These 2 guys are camouflaged, and the way they did it was they back engineered this teleport homer for the Loyalists. You get this in the Terminator pack, and they back engineered it so that it would cloak them if they're wearing these Loyalist backpacks. Also, the reason why they're wearing Loyalist backpacks is because when I tried sticking them on the same base, if they had the big poofy Chaos ones, then they couldn't fit next to each other. So I was like, I gotta put Loyalist backpacks on them. I had some spare ones from an old TAC Marine box that I never got around to building, so I decided, okay, you're going on my Obliterator base. They still wouldn't fit next to each other when I dry fit them, so I stuck this guy up on some cork. And now the thing is that they've got this teleport homer. They snuck in before the attack, they cloaked themselves, and they've got all their heavy weapons and whatnot, and now they're just this is them appearing out of this is them deep striking, pretty much. The spotter guy is running forward with his power fist, trying to about to cave in an Imperial Guardsman's skull, kind of like this guy over here on his waist. It's a zombie head, the same one I used for the Blood Ravens guy on my Rhino, and then a spare Imperial Guardsman helmet. So I couldn't fit room for a last cannon or a multi-melta. I did find room for this plasma cannon, and as soon as I find some plastic card that I can cut into strips, this flamer is supposed to be slung over his shoulder, so he could just drop the plasma cannon and pick that bad boy up. But as it is right now, it's just glued to his waist. And then this guy's got a plasma pistol, because you've also got like a twin-link plasma gun. And okay, and what's he holding in his left hand? It's the shooting mechanism for the heavy bolter on the Chaos Marines box set. But what is he using it for? He's using it for a what's it called? One of those detonator things. So while setting up beforehand and cloaked on the battlefield, they've set mines and the fluff anyways, and I know this is not in the rules, but they've set traps all along the battlefield, so when this guy hits the button, then they blow up, and that counts as multi-melta and last cannon that I didn't have room to model on this base. So that in doing that, I get to have all of the represented weapons that an Obliterator cult can use. I got the Power Fist, the Plasma Cannon, the Heavy Flamer, the multi-melta, the plasma gun, and the las cannon. So let me know what you guys think. This I've worked like the better part of the day for this, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I just don't think I can do anymore because I'm out of bits. But hopefully this will inspire you guys to kit bash and come up with interesting stories for your own troops on, you know, what's the background, what's the fluff behind your models. Like in my army for my Night Lords, I kind of imagine these two guys as being either brothers or members of the same gang that that really worked together really well on Nostromo. And so when they got put into the space, when they were inducted into the Space Marine Legions, they were paired together again, and they've just worked together so long. The synchronicity of them really anticipating each other's movements and really knowing how to work together to bring the fight to the foe. And when the Legion went renegade and then chaos, they'd gotten so used to killing and so used to their way of warfare, sneaking around for this guy and setting of traps or melta bombs or just like explosive charges and melta charges, melta bombs, and you know, things like that. And the other guy just lugging around all this heavy weaponry and just really enjoying the feel of the weapons blasting, and the two of them working together. That yeah, it makes an interesting story that the two of them are still fighting together 10,000 years in the future after the Horus Heresy. So another idea I had was that this would kind of be he could have like a Voxcaster or some kind of like headset, like walkie-talkie, to call in like an orbital bombardment. That would be like a lance strike from like a orbiting cruiser or something, and that would count as a twin-link las cannon. But I decided, you know, after kind of looking over the rules, they've already got like orbital bombardment rules, all sorts of other stuff, and I thought it'd just be more interesting if this guy was, you know, just detonating bombs that he had set himself. Maybe that's also it. He feels much more satisfied detonating bombs that he had placed himself and kind of trying to anticipate the movements of the enemy. So let me know what you think. Like I said, really interested to hear your thoughts. The cloaking device especially is something that I really find interesting, and I've only had one box of Imperial Loyalist Terminators, so I'm out of that. These guys are like the only ones who can use it. So if I decide to do, I've seen that you know, 3 Obliterator cult guys to take the you know, the full complement of the heavy support choice is ideal because they're so versatile. But this might just be my only one because there's just so much character. I don't know how I'm going to possibly top these guys. I think another interesting thing fluff-wise for them might be that they compete with each other to see who's better at killing the enemy. This guy with the long-range, long-distance plasma cannon and flamer, or this guy over here who gets up close and personal with his power fist and tries to anticipate the enemy's movements with his traps. So, thanks for watching. Let's get on to some shoutouts for today. The first one I'm going to have to give a shout out to is Strength 10 Hit, STR10HIT. He's doing a Project Tomb Kings. He shows us his awesomely painted Tomb Kings, and he plans on doing some chariots, archers, a Tomb King character model, other really exciting stuff for the Tomb King's army. It's rare to see Tomb King videos on YouTube, so I totally, fully support this guy. That's why he's the first one on the list. I had to like circle and underline him when I'm looking at my paper to read off to you, and just really, really cool. He's gone with a non-turquoise blue and purple. The blue is not turquoise, and it's purple, and it's a darker color scheme for these guys that he's doing, and I think it works really well. It contrasts the brightness of the skeletons, which has that dusty, you know, sun-blasted bone look, and his basing method, which is parched grass and desert sand, like, you know, that yellow grass. It looks really good, and I know when I see that parched grass in tubs at my hobby store, I look at it and I'm like, what? How's that gonna work? That does not look good at all, and so I end up not buying it. But Strength 10 Hit really makes it look good, so check him out. Really good. and it really evokes, like I said, the feel of the Nehekaran desert and Khemri and all that stuff. Okay, number 2, Yarks Marsh, doing a Project Tyranids, shows off his other models as well, like his Ogre Kingdom's Fire Belly and Iron Blaster, and his ultra customized Raven Guard Vanguard veterans. Those look great. He talked about what he's got on his to-do list, which is pretty much a battle force of Tyranids with some juicy extras like a fully magnetized Hive Tyrant, Swarmlord, Turvigon, and Trigon Prime. And Tyranids players, if you play Tyranids, check this out. He is doing a very nice cream and red Hive Fleet Kraken color scheme, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of this guy. Really cool. I have a little bit more time. Okay, so let's do one more. This one's going to be Revan2612. Now, Revan2612 has been commenting my videos for a while. I gotta say thanks to you for that, and for following along my project, and for jumping in with your own project. He goes off on various tangents through his video, and just kind of like, you know, kind of just, what's the word? Freestyling off the top of his head, you know, just doing his own thing. So his video is really entertaining, and it might turn off some viewers, but there's some really good nuggets of insight about magnetizing, stripping the paint, basing, and he's got a very cool ivory colored Tomb King monster. I'm not sure what the non-Necrosphinx monster is. I think that's what it is, the non-Necrosphinx one. And also, Joey Berry has a cameo at the beginning, and you know how we all love ourselves some Joey Berry, so if you haven't gotten your Warhammer Joey fix for the day, it's a cute little hold me over until you head over to her channel. Parental advisory: this guy's videos do contain some cussing, so if you're a little kid or if you don't approve of that kind of language, don't check it out, but otherwise, I gotta say thanks to Revan2612. So, Strength 10 hit, Yarks Mersh, and Revan20. And finally, want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos, and I was kind of thinking on, if you haven't seen, Templar's Crusade has been doing, or he did a video, which is kind of like a rant on the state of the community and negative people supporting the community, supporting younger, newer players, and I just got off the video of Marnius Calgar, who did a kind of response video to it, and I thought it was really, really interesting, really insightful, and I kind of wanted to put my 2 cents in, and I figure since these daily Project Nightlords videos are kind of also like a little chance for me to ramble and do a little, you know, update of what else I've got going on. I thought I'd just add my 2 cents in here at the tail end of this video, and my thoughts are that the newer gamers, the younger gamers, are the future of our hobby, and you know, we're all of us, no matter how young you are getting older, and even the youngest kid out there is going to eventually grow up into an older gamer like myself, or like some of the really great guys out there like Templar's Crusade, Marnius Calgar, Van Hammer, General Splatten. You know, we were all younger once when we got interested in this hobby, and so you know, I really gotta suggest that we nurture the younger players and guide them and be supportive of them and help them to foster and, I guess, you know, nurture the passion for the hobby that we have, because if somebody hadn't done that for me, I know I would have gotten bored because the social aspect would have been completely lost. And now that I'm mainly just hobbying and painting, and I don't get to do the social aspect of the hobby, which is do tournaments or go on to game regularly at my club, doing these videos is like my outlet for the social connectivity that I don't have the time with my life to be engaged in. So let's nurture these younger players and give them, you know, guide them and kind of give them hints and tactics and advice. And for me, that's why I do these videos. Some people ask, like, or some people say, the negative nancies out there, you know, what's the point of an unboxing? If somebody wants to know what's in a box, they can just go to Games Workshop website, or they can just watch, like, you know, like open a magazine or whatever. There's no reason to have an unboxing video, and it's pointless and it's stupid. And I remember when I was reading that comment a couple videos ago, and I thought, you know, if I was a new player who didn't know anything about the hobby, and I just thought, oh, Chaos, Khorne, Berserkers, those are cool, I want to go look those up on YouTube. or I want to go look those up on Games Workshop, then they would get the Games Workshop promotion, you know, which is like you might be able to see the sprues on a page, you might be able to see a 360 review or a view of the model, but you're not going to get any insight at all. You're not going to get any kind of input. Like when I unbox and review models, or when I do my painting tutorials, which are real time and don't just kind of say, okay, now you paint this, now you paint that, like I used to do, then I'm kind of doing it for the newer, inexperienced players. My channel is pretty much basically for, it's basically for new players. Like I don't have any awards. I don't have any golden demons. I've never won a painting competition at my local store with Asbag the Stomperer that you guys saw yesterday in my my little Buttercup video. I thought at the time that this guy was the best thing I'd ever done, and he walked away with second because they said my basing was really boring and unoriginal. So you know, I don't claim to be any great expert on the hobby or painting or even especially gaming. Like I don't play the game anymore. I love the models, I love the hobby, I love the you know, the painting and stuff, but I don't know anything about the game. And I've been getting private messages and a lot of great tactics advice lately from this one of my subscribers here, True Blood, True 8LOOD, and I gotta tell you, man, I think you're a man. Like, if I didn't have your insight on what is good now, even though the edition's about to change and Chaos is about to get a new codex, if you weren't here, like, telling me what your thoughts and opinions are of my models and of my tactics and of, you know, the army list, or Chaos, just a Chaos army list in general, like, I would lose interest in this army, and it would just go on the back burner with everything else. So, you know, it's players like that, or people in the community like that, which really inspire and motivate me, and make me hope that I inspire and motivate other people. Like, for every negative person that comes on my channel and says, you know, this video is not worth my time, I'm gonna just hit dislike because I think this is, you know, stupid and pointless and anybody could do one of these videos, then I gotta tell them, you know, then my channel's probably not for you. You should go check out somebody who's really good at whatever you want to watch, and, you know, unsubscribe me. Like, I'm okay with not, you know, having 100% likes, and I'm okay with not having you know, thousands and thousands of viewers. If my subscribership went down like by hundreds or even like thousands, and I only had a couple people that gave me feedback and comments about, you know, what they thought about my army, that wasn't just like, oh, this is stupid, this is a bad video, then I would be happy, because I'm, you know, I don't do this for money. Heck, like, considering all the money that I spend on this crazy hobby, like the social aspect of me filming and editing and rendering and uploading and doing shoutouts and having to go to pages and copy the right videos and responding to all the videos and stuff, like, it's not how am I trying to say this? It's not like I'm not getting any kind of compensation for it by GW or by anybody. Nobody's writing me checks per video, and I have not monetized my videos. And I'm sorry if you see ads, because I tried to disable all the ads. I don't want people to see ads when they come to my channel. I don't want them to, you know, watch a stupid car commercial or to keep hitting the skip ad button. So, I don't know, I guess this has kind of turned into a rant. This is supposed to be just a project update, but I was watching Marnius Calgar's video, and then I went back to Templar Crusades video, and while I was building this little diorama Obliterator base, and I just thought, you know, I kind of want to chime in too, because this is such a cool community, and I've met so many people on here, and like, without YouTube, without the internet, I probably wouldn't have gotten any farther than my original Orc and Goblins army. The whole reason, if you go back to my #1 video, my very first video that I've ever filmed, it's about dwarves, and they're not even my dwarves. I was doing a painting project for a friend of mine, and the quality in that video is so rubbish, because I was using a cheap, really cheap and low quality, poor poor quality flip camera to film those videos, and you cannot see any detail whatsoever. And considering the camera I use now, the setup I've got now, like I'm not a professional video maker by any stretch of the word, but like I feel like I've come a long way, you know, as a painter, as a YouTube person, and I gotta say thank you to everybody, to the community, because this community is so cool. It's so awesome. It's like fantastic. You've got the gamers that care about the game. You've got the hobbyists that care about the hobby. You've got the painters. You've got, you know, the people who talk about the fluff, and you've got people that do commission painting companies, and you've got people just kind of, you know, starting in the hobby that have a camera that, you know, that are starting videos just to get videos out there, like Feral Strike and T27 and you know, Clone Fan 117, like these younger guys like Clone Fan and like Commissar 1998, and I wanna keep that up. You know, I wanna keep nurturing that sense of belonging for this community. Anything I can do to help that, I want to. Even if I can't, like, you know, sit at my computer all day long and do tutorials, and I've got my Warboss wish list that's just, you know, pages and pages long. Even if I don't get to all of them, I'm gonna try. I'm trying every day to do what you guys want, because I care about the community. I care about you guys seeing something that might inspire you to, or might give you something, some kind of hint or tip on what you're painting that might help you in your hobby. Because really, this community is all about sharing and hobbying and being helpful with each other, and you know, providing support to each other. I've got guys who've private messaged me and have asked if I need anything that they could mail me, or my good friend Mike, Nurgle's Nastiest, like I'm supposed to, once I can Xerox all of the stuff, you know, I've got stuff that I want to send him, and there's like Lost Soul, my friend Lost Soul from across the pond has sent me such awesome stuff, and the community is really, you know, the heart and soul of why I think a lot of us do these videos. So, super long rant today. I'm so sorry about that. It's almost like half an hour. It was about, minus commercials, the same amount of time as a regular half-hour television program on Hulu that you could watch. So thank you. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Thanks for letting me rant and ramble. It wasn't even a rant. It was like, whoop. All right, my camera said I talked too much and cut me off. So, yeah, that is it. That is all I'm going to say about that. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. You guys give me the greatest gift that you can by giving me time that you're never going to get back to watch my videos. And when I think about the 365 plus videos I've made up till now, that's a sizable investment, especially for those of you who've been with me since, you know, near the beginning. And I don't know if there are any of you left out there who've been with me since day one, because I know when I first started my dwarf project, I don't think I had like any subscribers. I just remember the first day I had like a subscriber, somebody subscribed to me, and I got that email and I thought, what? Oh my gosh. So it's just been better and better every day since then. So thanks you guys for your subscribership, for watching my videos, for all the comments, for all the likes. Templar's Crusade says he doesn't care about that stuff, you know, all the likes and the comments and stuff. And you know, I agree with that to an extent, but it's always great when you hear somebody say, oh, your video made me smile, or your video really inspired me, or Lewis and Igor should have their own TV show, you know, stuff like that, you know? So thanks for watching, thanks for keeping the hobby alive, spread the love, pass it on, and I'll see you tomorrow.